Welcome to Real Estate Investment Management Brokerage Development LLC, Carpentry, framing out a bathroom in a garage. So carpentry is one of the things that we can do for you, and I wanted to show you an example of the work and some of the things you might need. So let's look at this framing wall that was just done and some of the features. So one of the things you should be aware of, for instance, this is a radiant heat floor. So that means there are tubes under here that will be heated. And notice this wood is pressure treated wood. That goes on the bottom. In case there's water, it handles moisture better than just regular lumber. But in this case, because they're radiant tubes underneath, typically they anchor these with bolts. And you can imagine what would happen if there were radiant tubes under here. So we had to be mindful of that, and we had to use glue to attach these. Another thing you might notice is this door opening. So you choose what's called a rough door opening, like this one, and this is called a header. And it just goes above and supports these studs here. They're called cripples. This just means you're not full size. But on this header, to get the thickness to match this thickness, which is 3.5, notice we have to add a 1/2 inch of plywood embedded in it. So you have, let's see, what is this, 2x6, and then a 1/2 inch of sheathing or plywood, and then another 2x6 on this other side. And you do that so the thickness is matching these 2x4 studs. And this is important for later you have your sheetrock. So this framing has particular names. So for instance, this is called a Kingstud here. And then there's a stud that holds this joint here, right down here. That's what I'm saying that. But they're both necessary. So you have a stud here that supports the header, and then you have a king stud that gives lateral support. Now, so notice there's pressure treated wood here, and then it's glued because this is a radiant heat floor. Now you might ask, well, gee, what's this stuff? Why is that necessary? So this is framing for a bathroom, which will have a vanity, a toilet, and then a stand-up shower. And so there'll be a shower pan here. And so we want some particular height here. And let's look at the ceiling. Now, we had to have this framing attached to some stud behind the sheathing wall. And to do that, we use these bolts here. They're like lag bolts. They're called lock bolts. Anyway, they have kind of like a washer on the outside, and then the bolt penetrates and can go into stud. And we have to find the stud. We didn't just drill these in. We had to locate the stud on the other side so it would have something to attach to. And it was the same thing for that wall up there. Each one of those lock bolts is anchored into a stud on the other side. So we didn't just put them any old place. So notice we had to have height, the 2x4, and then those plates protect the wires, and we needed to drill a hole and mount a fan, and we left place for the electrical switches to be mounted here and here. And then let's take a look up top. Now, you could have some choices on top. Now this is good work. We chose to have flooring. I think this is 5/8, but it's rated for flooring, meaning someone could walk on this. And you think, well, gee, why not? Because when you have a space like this, someone's always going to get up there and store things and stuff like that. Now this is really good work. Look at this. This is venting. Now this is no mistake. The venting is supposed to go up a little bit to vent the humidity, and then it's supposed to go down. So if some condensation or water collects in there, it's supposed to slope down and out. It makes a lot of sense, but most people don't pay attention to building it like that. So, let's see. This is a real estate investment management brokerage development demonstrating framing services we can do. In this case, it's a bathroom with a doorway attached to the main housing structure. If you would like some of those services provided to you, please email us for a free quote and a bid and consultation. We'd be happy to go over possibilities with you. Thank you very much.